In 1915, Anzac forces evacuated their position in Gallipoli, now part of Turkey. One soldier improvised a device consisting of 2 tin cans, one of which had a small hole in it. How did he save tens of thousands of lives? In 1915, Anzac forces evacuated their position in Gallipoli, now part of Turkey. One soldier improvised a device consisting of 2 tin cans, one of which had a small hole in it. How did he save tens of thousands of lives?
Now, I feel like for the Americans on the call, I need to give a little bit of context here.
I had to do a little bit of digging on this too to refresh some memories.
So Anzac is the Australia and New Zealand Army Corps. I don't know. The AC might be something else, but it's Australian and New Zealand forces. And Gallipoli was a bloodbath. It's in popular culture just a very dark time in Anzac's history. If you would like to feel very bad for a while, if you listen to the band played Waltzing Matilda, it is in Australian and New Zealand popular culture as the bloodbath. So this is a dark question, but you said save tens of thousands of lives?
Yes.
Okay.
One soldier improvised a device.
With two tin cans and one has a hole in it?
Yeah, a little bit of an inventor tinkerer.
Okay.
I mean, I did this exact thing, I'm sure, when I was 6, and it's telephone. Is it not speaking between the two of them? Obviously, that's the first thing that comes to mind, but it would be 2 holes.
That's what came to my mind, too. Yeah.
Now, there was still a piece of string.
Okay.
Ooh.
And I'm assuming that these were connected into one singular system because it's referred to as a device, like a singular device. So it's not like you throw one over there and you keep one here.
Now, the 2 tin cans did interface with a third thing besides the string.
The inventory we have is 2 tin cans with 1 small hole, and there's something else and a piece of string involved.
Yes.
My initial idea would be that it would be super complex and the tin cans are just one small piece of a really big, complex, confusing thing, but not if it's just 3 things or 4 things.
And so whatever this device did, it allowed, what was it, like, did you say 10,000 people to, retreat?
Yeah.
So they were able to, run away. And so that makes me think, did this, I wonder if it, imitated something that it wasn't. If, something about the hole made it, like you could spin it around and it would make, a sound like it's something else.
Katelyn was kind of a little bit on the right track generally. I think you guys are getting there slowly.
Okay. So maybe it imitates something else or seemed like it was something other than 2 tin cans and a piece of string.
It can't be something as simple as a tripwire or something like that that detected something.
Yeah, I'm also trying to think of why is there a hole in one of them? Is it because was that hole an attachment point and it attached to something else, or did something need to go into the hole or come out of the hole? Could they put something in there and swing it around and
I'll say this: there's no swinging.
There's no swinging it. Okay.
I don't want you to go too far down that rabbit hole.
Okay, because I was briefly thinking remote minefield detector, where you just swing a thing around. But this is a lateral question. It's not going to be something grim. This is going to be about saving lives.
One can was placed above the other.
Okay.
Okay.
One above the other.
Water filtration.
When it's tipped, you hear it?
It specifically allowed them to retreat?
I didn't say that.
Oh, that's why I'm clarifying. Or did it just say it saved them?
It saved tens of thousands of lives.
Okay, it just saved. Okay.
Yeah.
If one's unstacked tenuously and it gets tripped and falls, that's a meerkat being like, hey, something's coming. And then 10,000 people.
Yeah.
Tom was on somewhat of a tangential track with water. Water is involved somehow.
Okay.
Okay.
But it's not filtration or sanitation. It's
what else would you find? You'd have helmets. You'd have rope. You'd have rope is just big string.
Water. Was it in a river of some sort?
Nope. I'll give you a small hint. The can with the hole is the one that had the water in it.
Okay. So the hole is either for putting water in or pouring water out.
You could also use it for telling time. If you have a can that drains at a known speed, you could use it for... I'm running out of things to use it for.
Tom was on the right track a little bit. There was a little bit of a time element to it. The drip over time was a key part of the design.
You're making tiny stalactites.
And so the other can is fully closed?
No.
Oh, it's an open can.
So there's an
it has
open
like
can.
an open top.
So there's a can that has a hole in it and water's dripping out of that.
That makes a sound. It's something to do with the audio.
You know, I'm going to go back and add a clarification because Katelyn did point something out. So in 1915, Anzac forces evacuated their position.
Oh.
So you were right. It was during an
did.
evacuation.
Okay, yeah. So they did leave where they were because of this can thing.
Yes.
Okay.
This is trench warfare. Are they trying to convince someone that there's still someone at home? Like, are the people still in there? But how would you do that?
Oh, like
They're making sound.
Could the sound of the dripping water somehow, like, mimic like the sound of like an army being there in some way?
Yeah, like Home Alone when he puts all those people up in the windows, and it's like definitely a family here.
It is very Home Alone-ish.
Okay. I'm noticing you're having to cover your face, Evan, so you don't give anything away.
Well, okay, so the only Home Alone things are either convincing people that you're still in or setting booby traps.
Yes.
Like, is this a way to make the trench unsafe for someone following so they've got time to retreat?
So it's not a booby trap. It's more convincing someone that's home, but dripping water isn't really that loud. What would be around that would really make a louder sound during trench warfare?
A gun.
This device pulls a gun trigger somehow via water and a string.
On a delay.
Keep on going.
It's on a delay.
Yeah. So it fills the can without the hole, and the weight of that, once it's enough, it pulls the trigger.
You guys got it.
And that convinces the enemy that you're still there. There's still loud noise, and it's not safe to come in because someone might be shooting at you, which gives the troops time to retreat.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
When the troops decided to evacuate in December 1915, Lance Corporal W.C. Scurry invented what became known as the drip rifle. Water slowly drained from one can into another that eventually became heavy enough to pull the trigger of a mounted rifle via a string. The sporadic firing of rifles convinced the Turkish forces that the lines were still occupied long after the evacuation had finished.
Wow.
Since the Turkish troops were close by, it's estimated that without the distraction, up to half of the 80,000 Anzac troops would have died. In reality, only half a dozen casualties were taken because of this invention.
That's incredible.
Makers!
Let's go.
Yeah!
The Lateral Producers Club is at lateralcast.com if you would like more Lateral, fewer adverts, and to support the show.